now let's talk about the good stuff. Unending glory. Here's the good news. God did not go through the trouble of sending His Son, Jesus Christ, to the earth to die for us just so He could point a finger at us. God sent His Son because He loves us. God's goal in sending Jesus was not to tell the world how bad it was. He came to help. He came to rescue us. He came to save us. He came to set the world right again. He came to give people a way to not go to hell. There's this popular question that I see people asking all the time now. It says, like, how could a loving God send people to hell? Anybody hear somebody ask that question? And it implies that God isn't fair or God isn't loving. Man, that is such a slap in the face to God. That is such a gross mischaracterization of who God is. It's so unfair. Like, He gave His Son to avoid sending people to hell. He's not trying to send people to hell. He did everything He could to make sure He didn't have to. Yet some people still choose to go that way. And so the more appropriate question would be this: how could sinful people reject God's love? How could wicked, sinful people say no to the love of God that was manifest in Jesus Christ? God is so holy and just, but to think of Him and to speak of Him as a God only of judgment is so wrong. And people talk about Him this way without mentioning His love, and they miss the most important part of His character. That He loved us enough to send His Son. Like, God has intervened on behalf of us all so that we don't have to face His judgment. So that uncomfortable truth of hell doesn't have to be our reality. So that instead we can live with Him forever and ever. And I'm so frustrated that people don't understand who God is.